G'day guys, Mr. Bennett here. What we're going to look at today is what happens if the number that the x squared has is actually not 1 but some other number. Alright, so you have to treat this a little bit differently and I'm going to show you how to do that. But I'll just show you how to use your textbook because I think that is important for the stuff is that you can go and look somewhere else for this information. So there is an example on, what page is it? Find the page number. Right, so just goes through on page 24. Shows you how to actually do this. Alright, so in terms of looking at the number here, so what you're going to do here, if you just follow this through, you're going to take out a common factor of 3. So you just divide everything by 3. Alright, and then we're going to complete the square. So like this is 4/3, so half of that's going to be 2/3. Okay, so I'm going to add my 2/3 squared, I'm going to take my 2/3 squared, and then I'm just going to combine that like I would normally do. Alright, so the process of how that works is no different from the other bit. The only different part is that you do take that common factor out at the beginning. Alright, so that's how it changes there. So let's just do one as an example for you. So if I got something like this one here, then what I'd need to do is take out a common factor of 5. Okay, so that would mean that becomes 5x squared take 4/5 x plus 10 on 5. Now you can recognise that maybe as 2, can't you? So I could actually easily write that as 2. Alright, so I'll do that, might do that now. Okay, keep in mind if I need to, I can always go back and put that as 10 on 5. Alright, so the next thing I've got to do is I've got to think about this particular number here. Alright, so what's going to be a half of that? Well, half of that would be 2/5, wouldn't it? So you got 4/5, half of 4/5 is going to be 2/5. So therefore, I'm going to just keep the 5 out the front. Right, so that's going to be x squared take 4/5 x, and then I have to add on half of that squared, so it's going to be 2/5. Right, we're going to square that. We're going to add our 2 on, and we're going to take our. Sorry, I just made a little hit the wrong button. So now we're going to take. Alright, we're going to take 2/5 as well. So 2/5, and we're going to square that. Now, right, so when we start looking at that, we're going to have 5 bracket x. Now this bit here is going to combine, so it's going to be simply take 2/5. Right, that's going to be squared. Right, so that's that bit there. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to use this bit here now. We're going to say 5. Right, we know this is the perfect square, so I'm going to say that's going to be x, take that value, so it's going to be 2/5, and that's going to be squared. Now all I have to deal with now are these two terms over here. Okay, the 2 and that bit there. I've got to combine it to be a number. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, well, that's going to become plus 2, take away, now I square that out, that's going to give me 4 over 25. Now here's a little trick. The trick here is that number there 2, well what would be 2 lots of 25? Well that would be equal to 50, wouldn't it? So I can write that 2 as 50 on 25. So what's 50 take 4? 50 take 4 is 46. So therefore my final equation is going to be simply 5x take 2/5 squared, and then that will be plus 46 on 25. So it's not really much different. The only thing is that first step, and then these numbers here become not very nice numbers.